And I want to
Mhm.
make the controversial argument that, in fact, this is a mass refusal of work. And throughout the history of class struggle, under capitalism and other systems, workers have used these techniques of refusing to work as a means to articulate their antagonism to the system, even when they can't necessarily get together and plan it. There's a long history of just like worker slowdowns of work that can't be explained. And it doesn't seem like anyone's coordinating it. It's just like all the workers in a factory who are unhappy just start working a little bit more slowly,
They're
right?
quite cunning.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, there's also a long history on, for instance, ships in the in the great age of sail, right? When most sailors on ships were either basically enslaved or press ganged or very very poor. When they really hated a captain, they would just start slowing the work down and start making more mistakes without anyone ever having to coordinate it, right? Or similarly, you see often in among enslaved people who have very, very limited access to rebellion and refusal because they're under such brutal conditions, like intentionally failing to understand instructions, pretending to be stupid, refusing to work. There's lots of history of peasants, for instance, in Europe, inventing new holidays, new religious holidays, where they're like, oh, we couldn't possibly work on this day. It's Saint so and so's day. So like there's all of these ways that throughout history, workers who can't necessarily coordinate their protagonism through, for instance, trade union activity or political organizations, begin to find subtle ways of refusing that at first just look like an individual saying no, or an individual shrugging, or an individual saying, I would prefer not to. Famous words of Bartleby the Scrivener.
Yeah.
Um, this is like a huge, and I think we should be looking at the kind of chat GPT problem in universities as an example of this kind of refusal of work.